Hello guys, welcome back to Ayaba Creations. So on this channel we learn how to make simple beaded crafts. If today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share and leave a comment. We have an online store on Instagram where we sell beaded raw materials, so you can pick up the WhatsApp number on your screen or you can text us on Instagram. In today's video we are going to learn how to make this bag right here. I posted this particular design like a few weeks ago, but I accidentally deleted it, so this is a re-upload. So the materials you need for this project will be listed in the description, so you can check it out. But you will need 20 pearls, and you also need size 16 pearls. Okay, then after that size 14 pearls. And then lastly, so I'm bringing the size 14 for you to see how it looks like. So this is the size 14 pearls, and lastly you will need size 10 or you can also use size 8 whichever one is okay. All right, so then you need a beading thread. You can use 0.7 or 0.8 or 0.6. Each one can do the work. So first you pick 4 of your size 20 pearls like this. Then you are going to cross with the 4th one to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, then what you're going to do next is to pick 3 beads. So I'm picking 3. All right, so one on each side of the beading thread, cross with the 3rd one to give a ring of 4 beads. All right, then again you are going to pick 3 beads and then pass each through you pass the beading thread in each of your hands through. So the right hand, the beading thread in your right hand is going to go through one, and then the one in your left hand is going to go through one. Then you cross with the 3rd one to give a ring of 4 beads. So that's what you are going to be repeating for the beginning of the bag. So what I'm teaching you here is a template on how to make it, and when you are done and you understand the concept, you can go ahead to make as big as you want. Okay. So I beaded quite a few off camera. Okay, so as you can see here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. All right, so we are going to top up. So this will help us to move on to the next stage of the bag. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 of the size 20 pearls and pass all 3 through one side. Then I'm going to cross with the 3rd one to give a ring of 4 beads. So you should have something like this at this time. Then when you are done, you are going to add 3 again. Okay, but this time around you are going to change the pearl bead you are going to use. So you are going to use a size 16 now instead of the size 20. You are going to change to size 16. Okay, and then you take 3 of the size 16 and then cross with the 3rd one to give a ring of 4 beads. So you should get something like this. Pass the beading thread through the next bead. Then you take 2 of the size 16 so 1 2, then you cross with the 2nd one to give a ring of 4 beads. All right, so let's repeat it again. Pass through the next bead, then you add 1 2, cross with the 2nd to give a ring of 4 beads, and then that is what you will keep repeating till you get to the last part. So I beaded quite a few off camera. Again, now I'm still going to continue with my 2 pearl beads. So 2 size 16 pearl beads. I'm taking it, I cross with the 2nd one to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, then I'm going to pass the beading thread through the next bead, which is this bead right here, and I'm going to add 2 of the size 16 beads. So I'm going to add 2, so 1, 2. All right, so 1, 2. Then I'm crossing with the second one to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, and then I move on to the next stage of the bag, and at this point we are going to continue with the rings of 4. Okay, that's what we'll be doing. All right, so I'm going to take a much smaller bead size, but you can decide to add another layer of the size 16, okay, before you move on to adding the size 14. Okay, but as for me, I decided to go ahead, right? So I just went ahead with another layer of the pearl, but with a different size this time around. So I'm using the size 14. Okay, so this is the size 14 right here. Then I'm going to pass the beading thread through the next bead, and then I'm going to take 2. So I'm adding 2, so 1 and then 2, cross with the second one to give a ring of 4 beads. All right, so the same pattern we've been repeating since you started learning how to make this bag is what you are going to repeat here too. Okay, so 2, cross with the second one to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, so when you are done, next you are going to add your size 10 pearls. Okay, so you can decide to end here at size 10 or you can add size 8 or even size 6 to it, but I prefer to end at the size 10 all right, so I'm just repeating the same thing I've been doing, but this time around with a much smaller bead size, which is size 10 so just watch as it's been done. So I decided to add one last layer of the size 10 before I close the bag. So what I have just done is just one side of the bag. You can decide to do it like this, and then you do another side of the bag, and then you join the two together. Or you can decide to also do it very long, like much longer than what I have done in the video, and then you just join both sides together to give you your bag. So basically this is the idea behind doing this. It's the same matching procedure, but we are just changing the sizes of the beads just to give it that arc shape, beautiful arc shape. Okay, all right, like I was saying earlier, you can decide to do another half and then add it, or you can join both sides together, but make sure that you do it very long so that when you join both sides it is not going to look as small as mine. Okay, so in joining, you're still going to join with the same exact bead you started with. So I was using size 10 so I'm starting with size 10 so just one of that bead to start. Okay, then you cross with the second size 10 bead like this to give a ring of 4 beads. Just pass the beading thread through the next bead. So the one in my right hand is going through the right bead, and then the 1 mm, let's also going through the other bead. Then you cross with size 10 mm again, because remember I told you that I did an extra layer before ending my bag. All right, so I'm going to repeat again. So another size, so it's going down. All right, so we just take it and cross size 10 mm again. Then moving on, we are going to pass the beading thread through size 14 mm beads, and we are going to cross with size 14 mm beads. Okay, then we pass the beading thread through size 16 mm beads and cross with size 16 mm beads as well. Then we pass it through size 20 mm beads and cross with size 20 mm beads. All right, so at this point my beading thread got finished, so I had to make sure that I secure the thread properly by tying a knot, and then going on with the bag. So in case you are also working and your beading thread gets finished, I hope you can see and you've seen how to do it, so you'll be able to do it yourself. So as you can see, we're almost done with the back. It's getting beautiful already, even as cute as it is beautiful. Just imagine if you make it very long. Oh my god, you can rock it to your weddings, your parties, your anywhere. Like, it is, pearls are very beautiful. So okay, so let's continue. I'm going to pass the beading thread through this bead, and then also through this bead. So 3 beads in all, and then I am going to cross with just one size 20 mm pearl bead to give me a ring of 4 beads. So I will just be repeating this, so just watch as it's done. Also very simple to do. Okay, so we're just making a little handle for the bag. You can decide to use a chain strap. You can make a long strap, but I'm just trying to make a short handle for the bag. Okay, so it's also very simple. Just look at how I'm doing it and follow the steps. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in our next video. Don't forget to go to Ayaba store and purchase all your raw materials. Do send in your video requests. Thank you. Bye.